Hello, hello! Welcome back to the English Podcast Classroom. I'm Sarah, your friendly English teacher and host. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about something very personal and fun. We're going to talk about my daily routine. That means I'm going to tell you everything I do from the morning until night. I call it a day in my life. Are you ready to spend a whole day with me? Great! Don't worry, I won't be boring. I promise to share some funny stories and maybe some embarrassing moments too. Before we start, let me explain something. A daily routine means the things you do every day. It's like a pattern. For example, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you eat breakfast. These are parts of your daily routine. Now grab your favorite drink, maybe coffee, tea, or water, and let's begin our journey together. Let's start at the very beginning. My alarm clock rings at 6:30 in the morning. Ring, ring, ring. But do I wake up immediately? Absolutely not. I always hit the snooze button. Do you know what snooze means? It means you tell your alarm clock to be quiet for a few more minutes. Then it rings again later. I usually hit snooze 3 times. That's 15 extra minutes in my warm, cozy bed. My bed is my best friend in the morning. It's so comfortable and warm. Getting out of bed is like leaving paradise. But I know I have to get up. Life is waiting for me outside my bedroom. Finally, at 6:45, I force myself to sit up. I stretch my arms up high and yawn, a big, loud yawn. Sometimes my cat, Whiskers, looks at me like I'm crazy. Cats don't understand why humans make so much noise in the morning. Let me tell you about my morning hair. It's a disaster. It sticks up in every direction. I look like I put my finger in an electrical socket. Do you know that expression? It means my hair looks wild and messy. Every morning, I look in the mirror and laugh at myself. Try to repeat this sentence. I hit the snooze button 3 times every morning. Can you say it? Perfect. The first stop is always the bathroom. I splash cold water on my face. Splash. The cold water helps me wake up. It's like a gentle slap that says, "Good morning, Sarah. Time to start the day." Then I brush my teeth. This is very important. I brush for exactly 2 minutes. I even have a timer on my toothbrush. It plays a little song when 2 minutes are finished. Yes, I'm an adult with a musical toothbrush. Don't judge me. After that, I take a shower. I love hot showers in the morning. The hot water relaxes my muscles and helps me think about my day. Sometimes I sing in the shower. My neighbors probably think I'm trying to become a famous singer. Sorry, neighbors. When I get out of the shower, I wrap myself in a big, fluffy towel. It's like a warm hug. Then comes the hardest part of the morning, choosing what to wear. My closet is full of clothes, but somehow I can never find anything good to wear. Does this happen to you too? I stand there for 10 minutes looking at everything. Finally, I choose something comfortable and simple. Today, I'm wearing jeans and a purple sweater. Purple is my favorite color. It makes me feel happy and creative. Let's practice. I splash cold water on my face to wake up. Say it slowly. Great job. And now let's move to my favorite part of the morning. Breakfast time. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I completely agree. I can't function without a good breakfast. If I skip breakfast, I become grumpy and tired. Nobody wants to be around a grumpy Sarah. My breakfast routine is always the same. First, I make coffee. I'm a coffee addict. That means I really, really love coffee and drink it every day. I can't start my day without it. I grind fresh coffee beans. The smell is amazing. It fills my whole kitchen with a rich, warm aroma. If you've never smelled fresh coffee beans, you're missing something wonderful. While the coffee is brewing, I prepare my breakfast. I usually eat oatmeal with fresh fruit. Today, I'm adding sliced bananas and blueberries. The colors are beautiful: yellow bananas, dark blueberries, and creamy white oatmeal. Sometimes I add honey for sweetness. Honey comes from bees, so when I eat honey, I always say thank you to the bees. They work so hard to make it for us. I sit at my kitchen table and eat slowly. I don't rush. This is my peaceful time before the busy day begins. I look out the window and watch the world wake up. I see people walking their dogs, children going to school, and birds flying around. My cat Whiskers sits next to me, hoping I'll drop some food. Cats are very optimistic about food, aren't they? They never give up hope. Practice with me. I grind fresh coffee beans every morning. Can you say it clearly? Excellent. After breakfast, it's time to prepare for work. I work from home, so I don't need to travel to an office. Working from home has advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that I don't waste time in traffic, I can work in comfortable clothes, and I can have lunch in my own kitchen. The disadvantage is that sometimes I feel lonely, and my cat thinks I'm always available to play with him. He doesn't understand that I'm working. To him, I'm just sitting at my computer for no reason. I set up my workspace in my small office room. I turn on my computer and check my schedule for the day. Today, I have 3 online English lessons, and I need to prepare 2 new podcast episodes. I organize my desk. Everything must be in the right place. My notebook goes on the left side, my water bottle stays on the right side, my lucky pen, yes, I have a lucky pen, goes in the middle. This might sound silly, but having an organized workspace helps me think better. When everything is messy, my mind feels messy too. Before starting work, I do some light stretching. I reach my arms up to the ceiling, then touch my toes. Well, I try to touch my toes. I'm not very flexible, so I touch my knees instead. Let's practice. I organize my desk before starting work. Say it with confidence. And now, the real work begins. My first student today is Maria from Spain. She's learning English for her job in tourism. We're going to practice talking about travel and hotels. I love teaching online. I meet students from all over the world: Spain, Japan, Brazil, Germany, everywhere. Each student has different goals and different challenges. Some want to improve their speaking, others need help with grammar, and some prepare for English exams. Teaching keeps me on my toes. Do you know this expression? On my toes means alert and ready for anything. Students ask questions I never expect. Yesterday, a student asked me why we say it's raining cats and dogs. I had to explain that it's just a funny expression for heavy rain. No real cats and dogs fall from the sky. During my lesson with Maria, we practice hotel conversations. I pretend to be a hotel guest, and she pretends to be the receptionist. She's doing great. Her pronunciation is improving every week. After the lesson, I have a short break. I make another cup of coffee. I told you I'm a coffee addict. And eat an apple. Green apples are my favorite snack. They're crunchy and refreshing. During my break, I also check my emails. Students sometimes send me questions or homework. I try to answer everyone personally. It takes time, but I think it's important to give individual attention. Then I start working on new podcast content. I write scripts, like the one you're listening to now. I research interesting topics and think about how to explain them in simple English. Try this sentence. Teaching keeps me on my toes. Can you repeat it? Perfect. Let's move to the next part of my day, lunchtime. At 12:30, I stop working and go to the kitchen. Lunch is my chance to step away from the computer and give my eyes a rest. Looking at screens all day can be tiring for the eyes. Today, I'm making a simple salad with fresh vegetables. I have lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots. I add some olive oil and lemon juice for dressing. Simple but delicious. I'm not a fantastic cook, to be honest. I can make basic meals, but I'm not going to win any cooking competitions. My specialty is scrambled eggs and toast. I've mastered that recipe after years of practice. While I eat, I listen to music or watch a short video on my phone. Sometimes I call my mom or my best friend Lisa. We chat about our day, our plans, or just silly things that make us laugh. My cat Whiskers always appears during lunch. He sits next to my chair and stares at me with his big green eyes. He's hoping I'll share my food. But cats can't eat everything humans eat, so I give him his special cat treats instead. After eating, I wash the dishes. I don't have a dishwasher, so I wash everything by hand. I actually enjoy this simple task. The warm water feels nice on my hands, and it's a peaceful activity that helps me relax. Then I take a short walk outside. Fresh air and sunlight are important for health and happiness. I walk around my neighborhood for about 10 minutes. I wave hello to my neighbors and pet the dogs I meet on the street. Let's practice. I step away from the computer during lunch break. Say it slowly and clearly. After my refreshing lunch break, I'm ready for the afternoon work session. I feel energized and focused. My afternoon usually includes more English lessons and project work. Today, I have 2 more students, Ahmed from Egypt and Yuki from Japan. Both are preparing for university studies in English-speaking countries. Ahmed is working on his academic writing skills. We practice writing essays and using formal vocabulary. Academic writing is quite different from casual conversation. It uses more complex sentences and specific vocabulary. Yuki is focusing on pronunciation. Japanese speakers often have difficulty with certain English sounds, like the difference between an L and R sounds. We practice with word pairs like light and right, love and rove. Teaching pronunciation is like being a detective. I listen carefully to find exactly where the problem is, then I show students how to move their tongue and lips differently. It's fascinating how small changes in mouth position can create completely different sounds. During my breaks, I work on my podcast planning. I brainstorm new episode ideas and research interesting topics. I want every episode to be helpful and entertaining for English learners like you. I also answer messages from my YouTube channel. Students from around the world send me questions and comments. Reading these messages makes me so happy. It's wonderful to know that my podcasts help people improve their English. Sometimes students tell me that my podcasts helped them pass an exam or get a new job. These messages are the best part of my day. They remind me why I love teaching English. The afternoon goes by quickly when I'm busy with work I enjoy. Try saying, I brainstorm new episode ideas every afternoon. Can you pronounce brainstorm clearly? Great! And now let's move to the evening part of my day. Around 6 p.m., I finish my work and start winding down. Winding down means gradually becoming less active and more relaxed. It's like a car slowing down before stopping. I don't just jump from busy work mode to rest mode. I need a transition time. First, I tidy up my office. I save all my computer files and turn off my equipment. I put away my notebooks and pens. Having a clean workspace helps me feel like the workday is officially finished. Then, I change out of my work clothes and put on something more comfortable. Usually I wear soft pants and a cozy sweater. Comfortable clothes help my body relax. Next comes dinner preparation. I'm much more creative with dinner than with lunch. Tonight I'm making pasta with tomato sauce and vegetables. I add mushrooms, bell peppers, and onions to the sauce. While the pasta cooks, I set the table nicely. I use a real plate, not just a paper plate. I light a small candle and put on some gentle music. Even though I'm eating alone, I want to make it special and pleasant. Eating should be an enjoyable experience, not just something you do quickly while thinking about other things. I eat slowly and appreciate the flavors and textures of the food. After dinner, I wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. I like to start each new day with a clean kitchen. It makes morning breakfast preparation much easier and more pleasant. Let's practice this phrase. I wind down gradually in the evening. Can you say it smoothly? Excellent work! The evening is my personal time. No work, no schedules, just time for myself and activities I enjoy. Sometimes I read a book. I love mystery novels and adventure stories. Currently, I'm reading a book about a woman who travels around the world by herself. It's inspiring and exciting. Other evenings, I watch a movie or TV show. I especially enjoy comedies because laughing is good medicine for stress. Laughter makes everything better, don't you think? Tonight, I decide to do some gentle yoga. Yoga helps me stretch my muscles and calm my mind after a day of sitting at the computer. I'm not an expert at yoga. I can't do those amazing poses you see in magazines, but I can do simple stretches that make my body feel good. I roll out my yoga mat in the living room. Whiskers immediately thinks this is a new place for him to sit. Cats always think everything is for them. I gently move him to his favorite chair. I do some basic poses, stretching my arms up high, bending forward to touch my toes, or trying to, and lying on my back with my legs up against the wall. These simple movements help release the tension in my neck and shoulders. While doing yoga, I focus on breathing deeply and slowly. Deep breathing is like a reset button for your nervous system. It tells your body, relax, everything is okay. After yoga, I take a warm bath. I add some lavender bath salts that smell like a beautiful garden. The warm water relaxes my muscles, and the lavender scent calms my mind. Practicing deep breathing is like a reset button. Can you say breathing clearly? Perfect. And now we reach the final part of my day, getting ready for bed. Having a good bedtime routine is just as important as having a good morning routine. Around 9:30 p.m., I start my bedtime preparation. I begin by turning off all electronic devices, my phone, computer, and TV. The blue light from screens can make it harder to fall asleep, so I give my eyes and brain a break from technology. Instead of looking at screens, I do quiet, relaxing activities. Sometimes I write in my journal. I write about what happened during the day, what I learned, and what I'm grateful for. Gratitude is very important for happiness. Every night, I write down 3 things I'm thankful for. Today, I'm grateful for my comfortable home, my interesting work, and my healthy body that allows me to do everything I need to do. After journaling, I prepare my clothes for tomorrow. I choose my outfit and lay it out on a chair. This saves time in the morning and reduces decision-making stress. Remember how hard it is for me to choose clothes in the morning? This helps. Then I go to the bathroom for my evening routine. I wash my face with a gentle cleanser and brush my teeth again. I use special night cream to keep my skin soft while I sleep. I also prepare my bedroom for good sleep. I make sure the room is cool, dark, and quiet. I close the curtains, turn off all lights, and set my phone to silent mode. My cat Whiskers has his own bedtime routine too. He walks around the house, checking that everything is secure. Then he chooses his sleeping spot for the night. Sometimes it's on my bed, sometimes it's on his favorite chair. Let's practice. I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Say it with feeling.
Finally, it's time to get into bed. I put on my comfortable pajamas. They have little stars printed on them. Yes, I'm an adult who wears pajamas with stars, and I'm not embarrassed about it. Comfort is more important than looking sophisticated in bed. I get under my soft, warm covers and arrange my pillows just right. I'm particular about my pillows. I need exactly 2 pillows, one for my head and one to hug. Don't ask me why I hug a pillow. It just feels cozy and secure. Before I close my eyes, I think about the day that just ended. I remember the good moments, the successful English lesson with Maria, the delicious lunch salad, the peaceful yoga session, the relaxing bath. I also think about tomorrow. I have more students to teach, more podcast content to create, and new opportunities to help people learn English. This makes me feel excited and purposeful. Sometimes I listen to soft instrumental music or nature sounds like rain falling or ocean waves. These gentle sounds help quiet the thoughts in my mind and prepare my brain for sleep. I take several deep, slow breaths. I relax each part of my body, starting from my toes and moving up to the top of my head. This is called progressive relaxation, and it really works. Usually I fall asleep within 15 minutes. I'm lucky because some people have trouble falling asleep. Having a consistent routine and a comfortable environment really helps. And that, my dear English learning friends, is how my day ends. Every day is a little different, but this routine gives structure and peace to my life. Try this final sentence. I fall asleep thinking about tomorrow's possibilities. Beautiful pronunciation. So there you have it, a complete day in my life, from hitting the snooze button at 6:30 a.m. to falling asleep around 10:30 p.m. You've experienced 16 hours with me. What did you think of my daily routine? Is it similar to yours or completely different? Remember, there's no perfect daily routine. The best routine is one that makes you feel healthy, productive, and happy. I hope my stories made you smile and maybe gave you some ideas for your daily routine. Perhaps you'll try writing in a gratitude journal, or doing some gentle yoga, or preparing your clothes the night before. The most important thing I want you to remember is this: every day is a gift. Even ordinary days with simple routines can be beautiful and meaningful. It's not about doing extraordinary things every day. It's about finding joy and purpose in the simple, everyday moments. Thank you for spending this day with me. I hope it was entertaining and helpful for your English learning journey. You've been an excellent listener and learning companion. Don't forget to practice the sentences we repeated together. Repetition is one of the best ways to improve your English speaking skills. The more you practice, the more natural and confident you'll become. Keep up the great work with your English studies. Remember, learning a language is like building a house. You do it one brick at a time. Every podcast you listen to, every sentence you practice, every new word you learn is another brick in your English language house. I'm proud of you for dedicating time to improving your English. It shows that you're committed to growing and challenging yourself. That's admirable and inspiring. Before we finish, let's review some important vocabulary from today's episode. I'll say each word clearly, give you the meaning, and use it in a simple sentence. Snooze. To delay an alarm clock for a few more minutes of sleep. I hit the snooze button 3 times every morning. Daily routine. The regular activities you do every day. My daily routine includes drinking coffee and doing yoga. Wind down. To gradually become less active and more relaxed. I wind down in the evening by reading a book. On my toes. Alert and ready for anything. Teaching students keeps me on my toes. Brainstorm. To think of many ideas about something. I brainstorm new podcast topics every week. Gratitude. The feeling of being thankful. I practice gratitude by writing in my journal. Progressive relaxation. Relaxing your body part by part. Progressive relaxation helps me fall asleep faster. Cozy. Warm, comfortable, and pleasant. My bed is cozy and comfortable. Stretch. To make your body longer or reach your arms and legs out. I stretch my arms after sitting at the computer. Splash. To put water on something quickly. I splash cold water on my face to wake up. That's our vocabulary for today. Try to use these words in your own sentences. Practice makes perfect. Thank you so much for listening to the English Podcast Classroom. I'm Sarah, and I've loved sharing my day with you.